Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Takedownman, and I am back with another episode. And tonight's episode, folks, deals with necrophilia. So viewers' discretion advised. It's pretty disturbing. And this is another episode of horrific deep web stories. I always had a fascination with death, so there was no surprise when I became a medical examiner. Something about the cold, lifeless body made me feel warm inside. I felt powerful standing over the slab of death. I began to enjoy my time in the chilled rooms. I could talk for hours. Their attention would always be on me. I never had to worry about being waved off or ignored behind the freezer like doors. Grew up a scapegoat of my 3 older brothers. Never been the center of anyone's attention, including the attractive females that caused me to stammer and stumble when I was in their presence. I was a non-entity in everyone's eyes, which is why it was no surprise that I took up such a crazed profession. My story would have to start in the last week of October. The rain had a terrorizing, just something about the whole month, and tonight was no different, except for the eerie scent of lilac. As I walked into the examiner room, there lay a woman who crept into my dreams, a many a night, reeking of her own sweet love spell. She reminded me of the females who normally ran from me like the plague. But tonight would be different. I'd make this beauty beg to be my sex slave, then I would give myself unto her. I read on her toe tag her name was Samantha. A fitting name, for she possessed a guy's girl type of look. The intellectual kind, who could read a good book and then talk about the Monday night football game. However, on this night, she'd only speak her mind. I imagine her voice was sweet as candy, making everyone melt that was near. I mimicked her movements, and I envisioned her standing, all her weight on the ball of her left foot. She'd chew on the right side of her bottom lip when she was mad, and the opposite side when she was sad. I pushed her eyelids open and saw her coal black, empty eyes, looking back at me in an all-knowing way, as if she knew what was about to come, and more than accepted it. I spoke reassuringly to her. Samantha, you'll enjoy every part of me loving you. And with that, I pushed my knee between her comatose legs as she lay on the still. Pull out, drawer, bed. With sudden urgency, I entered her. Her body was rigid. Underneath my jocund 221 pounds, I caressed her pale face with my clammy hand. Sweat dropped from my brow and covered her face, which excited me more, for it seemed like she was enjoying it as well. At the end, I moaned loudly, and I heard her cry out and join me, like the candy voice of hers that filled the room and bounced off the walls surrounding us. I climbed off Samantha, gathered myself, and carried on as normal. As the days passed, I spent more time with Sam, which I affectionately called her. I brought her small gifts like lipstick and trinkets, which eventually caused, the other bodies to get angry. But they didn't understand. Sam was special. She was the one I had always wanted, and she knew it, so she paid Vanessa and Pamela no mind. These were the other two side women, as you would call them. She flaunted and showed off everything I gifted to her, and wore her lipstick proudly for me, which I loved to kiss off. I assured her the other girls were just jealous, and I hadn't chosen them. Yet we had all been intimate, but that was just before she came into my life. Samantha was going to be my wife. I spoke to her about my troubles, and she eased any worries that cluttered my brain. I grew accustomed to our relationship, which is why I never took notice to schedule an appointment with a family member coming to identify the corpse. That day was as usual as it could be, with me anxiously waiting for the staff to end their day so I could be with Sam. I climbed on top of her stone body and began pumping the soulless carcass. Within minutes of reacting ecstasy, I heard a loud shrill. I opened my eyes, and there was my mother-in-law clutching an old Bible, yelping for Santa Maria and Jesus himself to reach out and hold her before she lost her footing. I was caught. Yes, I was guilty, but I'm not sorry. I really did believe Sam loved me. Yet the judge and jury begged to differ. So last year, for the whole year, I was in a padded room wishing I had Sam in my arms again. Whenever I got out, I looked for Sam, but couldn't find her. I really do miss her.